Monday morning once again here, and I am more than happy, more than excited to be here again. It's another Monday, the first Monday in the month of November. How is it going for you so far? I hope you are having a splendid month. I know it's still quite early, right? Because it's still just the third day, but I do hope this month of November is going to turn out fantastic for you. Happy new month, and you're welcome once again to the show. This is Understanding Finance, where we break down complex financial terms to help you have a better financial future. This is where we demystify the world of finance, one conversation at a time. My name is Paul Durotoye, but you can call me the Radio Gem or Pepe. But of course, you know I do not do this alone. I have my co-anchor here in the name of Omokorede Agiri. Good morning to you, sir.
Hey, good morning, Pearl.
How
How's
are
the
you
weekend?
doing today?
Fine, I'm fine. Thank you.
All right. I hope you had a great weekend.
Wow, so fantastic and splendid.
We thank God for that. All right, it's good to have you here on the show once again, where we are going to be having financial conversations because when it comes to money, everybody is involved because the bulk of the things we do revolves around money. But before we continue with the conversation for this morning, I would encourage you and like you to also go to your favorite social media platforms and type Radio Afinju, REDIOAFINJU. Follow our page, like, comment, and let us know what you think. Turn on notifications as well so that you don't miss out on all our wonderful and fantastic shows and programs. If you would also prefer to just tune in and listen to the audio streams alone, you can go to our website at www.afinjufm.com or go to radio.garden, search for Afinju, and you will hear us crystal clear. So this morning we are still going to be discussing finance. Last week we touched on the Nigeria Deposit Insurance Company, and we also talked about money market mutual funds, and I hope that you've been able to pick a thing or two from that lesson. This morning, however, we are talking about something entirely difficult. We are discussing modern sources of financing businesses, and finance. But of course, I'm not doing all the talking. That's why Mr. Aguirre is here. So about go on a very short break now, and when we come back, let's talk about modern sources of financing businesses. Don't go anywhere. Yeah, welcome back from that break. You're still Understanding Finance, where we are demystifying the world of finance, one conversation at a time. I welcome you to the show. So we're going straight up into the topic of the day, modern sources of financing business. This is where Mr. Aguirre takes the baton.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. I want to believe you all had a blissful and fantastic weekend. You are welcome to your regular program, Understanding Finance, airing on Radio Afinju, the station with that impeccable dimension to broadcasting. I am Omokorede Agri. Last week we discussed about what NDIC and MMMF is. Yeah, we discussed about different short-term investments like the treasury bills, which is for government, the commercial papers, deposits, fixed deposits, something like that. So, and how secured your funds are when you compare both, how you needed to be informed before taking vital financial decisions. Why your financial choices matters. Yeah, it borders on two pillars, which is knowledge and discipline. Yeah. Every money decision, however small, compounds over time. Choosing to save that's your 500 naira weekly instead of spending it. Choosing to learn a new skill that increases your income, or choosing to avoid high interest debts All these are decisions which cumulatively affects and becomes large later. So financial choices determine your options, your stress level, kind of independence you want, the sort of opportunities you want to create, or you want to be exposed to. You understand? In the years to come. So why you and finance? You can bet with me that finance isn't just a part of life. It is the heartbeat of every civilization. Because without finance, even a simple trip, to that bus stop or that place that you want to buy snacks, or that eatery, could turn into a full-blown economic crisis.
Sure.
Yeah, it is the mystical act of turning every naira into comfort, the regular bills that you pay into blessings, and sometimes death into drama. Finance is a vital part of everyone's life. So, understanding finance helps you and me make wiser decisions that lead to financial stability and success. So, from a personal point of view, you and finance are connected every day. So, each time you budget your allowance, you decide whether you want to buy something or not, or instead of buying, you decide to save for the future. You are practicing financial management. So, good financial habits such as regular saving and avoiding unnecessary spending, debt, creating a self-imposed um, lifestyle, inflation, yeah, and then investing wisely helps in achieving short-term and long-term goals. So, it also affects education, business, and national development. So, for every student out there, they need good financial planning, either to know how to manage the little change their parents give to them out there, while parents also need to plan to pay for school expenses. Businesses also need finance to operate and grow, and governments use finance to provide public services and develop the economy. Now, we will have to just go to a modern source of financing, businesses. Yeah, the modern source of financing businesses. One, angel investors. Yeah, there are some, like the word suggests, angel, something heavenly. We all believe angel come from heaven. So, angel investors are those wealthy individuals that have, liquid cash. They have it, they have it in various banks, and they don't know. They're actually looking for young and
Businesses.
vibrant, yeah, young and vibrant minds, someone they can trust, someone they want to see into his ideas, and decided to believe in those ideas. They are ready to risk the money for your business ideas. So they will use their personal money to invest in that new or growing businesses, most especially startups that shows promise.
Promise. Yeah.
Yeah, but may be too risky for banks or large investment firms. So, like I said, the term angel comes from an idea that these investors often appear like, yeah, they're like financial saviors, financial intercessors, financial saviors, intercessors, intermediaries. So they offer crucial support that young businesses. So, how does this work? Like I said, they provide funding in exchange for ownership. In exchange for ownership, not the full ownership of the business. just a certain percentage, which is also going to be like a controlling, um, you know, percentage of that company. When they provide the fund for you, it can be in terms of can also be in terms of convertible debt. That is, once they provide the funding for you, at the expiration or at certain point when they see that the business picked up very well and then it's making the kind of impact they want, they can now convert that loan into ownership structure. It's going to be a one-on-one situation between yourself and the investor. You now see, now okay, fine, I've given you this debt over this period. Now I'm exchanging it for a certain percentage
Of the
in that
company.
organization. So, besides money, many angel investors also offer guidance. Yes, mentorship, business connections, which can be as valuable as the funds themselves. Because one thing is for you to have fund. Another thing is for you to have the right connect, to have the right horizon to actually, you know, to express yourself. That level playing ground for you to, exhibit your potentials. So, apart from the fact that they provide money for you, like I said, provide guidance, mentorship, and business connections. So the goal is to, help the business they are investing into to grow, and in the long run, earn profits when the business eventually succeed. So for those angel investors, just a few of the characteristics. They are usually experienced business people. Yeah, very, very experienced business people. I can sometimes about 3 4 weeks ago, something actually marveled me when this popular Nigerian who is into private refinery now, Aliko,
Okay.
he said something that he know about 5 or 6 Nigerians who are actually richer than him, that they're actually waiting for him to succeed in that line of business before, because he knows that once they see that he succeed,
Before
that
they
was
will go
able,
into
yeah,
it
was able
themselves.
to break all the barriers and all those things, then he knows that such people can actually come out in full force and make that petroleum industry, a much more healthy competition. So I actually marveled that, wow, somebody that we all know that happens to be the
Richest man in
richest black
Africa.
man in Africa, saying about 5 or 6 Nigerians are actually richer than him. Come on. You can bet it with I can bet it with you that these are the kind this sort of people, they fall in this category of being an angel investors. Of course, that money that they have in the bank won't just be sitting idly there. They will, be looking at young potentials, try to invest, just a minute of their resources into another person's
Startups. Yeah.
yeah. So they invest their own money, not other people's. But yeah, they prefer to invest in industries they know very, very well. Yeah, they often look for innovative ideas with potentials for high growth. So those are just the few keys from what angel investors are. Then another one is crowdfunding. Crowdfunding. Personally, I got to know about crowdfunding about 2 years ago. Yeah, shortly. Yeah, yeah, about 3 years ago, because there's a project we actually vied for, and then we were given the project, but unfortunately the time value of money, the rising prices of goods and services could not help us to take off the project. And then while we were doing that, someone now mentioned crowdfunding. We can use crowdfunding to do that. I was like, wow, crowdfunding. How does it correlate with that? Crowdfunding involves raising small amounts of money from many people. usually through online platforms. Yeah, it's there was a time somebody on social media asked that business idea that you said you have. Do you think you have, if you cannot be able to raise money for that, do you have like a 200 people who can actually raise you a 10,000? If you ask them for 10,000 naira, can they raise you as much as 10,000 naira? It's the moment I heard about crowdfunding, I was like, wow. So this is the idea behind asking, having like 100 or 200 people to raise you 10,000 naira. So 10,000 naira in 100 places.
But I think that might
That's
even be more feasible if the person has like a social capital.
Yes, yes, yes. So that crowdfunding is just it's a modern and innovative way of raising money for businesses, projects, and ideas. It's a powerful tool for entrepreneurs, investors, artists, and then
But
socially.
will there be anything in it for the people that are doing the crowdfunding?
Yeah, really. The thing is, the person that is using crowdfunding to finance projects there will be it depends. Of course, there are some people who can actually give you that money for free. You understand?
Yeah.
And very few might be asking, for returns back on whatever they are giving to you. But the bottom line is the ability for you to raise as much as possible from so many people. You understand? And then, like I said, they say raising small amounts of money. Somebody can just approach you right now that, Pearl, please, can you give me 5,000 naira? He or she will know what he intends to do with that money.
Yeah.
You understand?
And imagine if they do the same thing for like the people they know, like they ask so many people at the same time.
Exactly. But the bottom line is, if at all you are raising such a small amount of money from people, how sincere are you going to be? Are you going to make sure that whatever you want to use the money for, that focus will it still be there when you are raising it? Because I discovered that a lot of people, before the takeoff of a business, they will be brimming with so many ideas about I can do this, I can do that. In principle, in theory, they will have finished, they will have successfully, started the business, raising it, making profit without taking off. You understand? And when it comes to implementation stage, you now discover that so many unplanned, unforeseen circumstances will just rise, and then before you know it, the idea will have just died down like that. So, like I said, the crowdfunding, it's a donation based, and then it's donation based. So, I want to believe that crowdfunding can actually help, but it depends on the kind of people you surround yourself with. The kind of perception people has about you, the kind of how trustworthy people believe you are.
They trust that you are really going to use it
exactly.
For
And then while you were growing up, what sort of ideas were you able to garner? What kind of experience that you have, the kind of financial exposure, educational exposure, and as well as social exposure. How will you be able to train how will you be able to
discipline?
Not really discipline. How will you be able to envision it in such a way that it's something you can actually say it's in the KT for you? So apart from crowdfunding, there is another peer-to-peer lending. Peer-to-peer lending. It's also a modern form of borrowing money, and without and it involves directly, it involves directly with individuals, without using that traditional banking. I can approach you, I can approach AT, I can approach Mazid, I can approach virtually everyone I think who is going to believe into that. But everything still circles around trust. Circle around how people perceive you. It circle around how knowledgeable you are. And once they see into that, they can actually It's just like just call it peer to peer. It's just like borrowing money from friends. Yeah, it's very much like that. So, and how does this works? Borrower registers on a lending platform, probably a website, and apply for loan, stating how much is needed, why is it needed, how you intend to pay back, and all those things. You should be able to write something convincing for them. So it's on that platform that you will be evaluated. That borrowers, this thing will be evaluated, and then they will actually look at some other things. Whoever is going to lend you that money may decide to, test how you try to assign risk level to your ideas and see how credit worthy you are. They might even decide to ask for your bank statement and all those things. Yeah, and then after evaluating, they will still review, that request very well. And don't forget that there will be so many borrowers registering who might have registered on that platform. So the individual investors, they have variety, a wide this thing to choose from. So it's now left to you. You should be able to come up with something beautiful. A convincing report that your report will now be chosen. So the borrower, having been selected, you talk about how you intend to repay back the loan with interest at agreed prices. And then there's one thing we call strategic partnership.
Okay, I think we'll go into that. Let's go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue with strategic partnership. Don't go anywhere. Understanding Finance. We'll be right back after this break.
Do you have something that is kept or meant to be kept unknown? This is where secrets are reviewed and desires are uncovered. Welcome to your safe space, Whispers in the Dark. With me, Spicy Honey Drops, with two amazing segments. You are assured of a smooth ride.
Do you have a secret you've been afraid to reveal? Confession Night is where you pour out your heart desires, fears, and secrets. Are you ready to ignite the spark in your love life?
On Bedroom Blaze, we explore the art of intimacy, passion, and connection to help you create a more fulfilling and satisfying love life. Right here on Radio Afinju, every Monday, 10 to 11 p.m.
On Wednesday, 9 to 10 p.m., let's relive the excitement of finding true love, sending special messages to your partner and friend, live on air.
From the shadows to the spotlight. Let's explore the human experience in all its complexity. Stay glued to Whispers in the Dark on Radio Afinju with Spicy Honey Drops for a journey that will leave you breathless.
Sọ fún wa nípa okòwò rẹ, kábọ̀ polongo rẹ̀, káyọ̀ gbọ́, kájẹ́ ó sì wọgbà rẹ̀. Látòrí ìpolongo lóhùn lásán, ìpolówó aláwòrán, rédíò àfijù gan-an ni gbogbo ohun tó nílò wà. Ìpolówó ọjà tó yà lára ọ̀tọ̀ pẹ̀lú ìgbélárugẹ okòwò rẹ àti ohun gbogbo tó o fẹ́ káyọ̀ mọ̀. Kàn sí rédíò àfijù fún ìgbéjáde orin, music production, àwọn àkàálẹ̀, documentaries, ìpolówó àti ìkéde eléyìíkéyìí tó o fẹ́ ṣe. Àwọn akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ wa ti wà níkàlẹ̀ láti fi ohùn wọn gbé ọ sáyé. Gbogbo ohun tó o nílò pátá ló wà ní rédíò àfijù. Báwo lo ṣe fẹ́ sí gan? Lónírúurú èdè, òyìnbó, Haúsá, Ìgbò, Yorùbá àti àdàpè òyìnbó. Gbogbo rẹ̀ pátá ló wà lọ́dọ̀ wa ní rédíò àfijù fún ìwọ tó fẹ́ ṣe àkàálẹ̀ aláwòrán, àwòrán ara rẹ tàbí tayẹyẹ. Digbí la wà fún ọ. Ó yá, ìwọ tó ti ṣetán láti fi òwò rẹ sí ọkàn gbogbo àwọn oníbàárà rẹ. Mọ́ dààmú jìnnà mọ́. Kàn sí rédíò àfijù lónìí. Wọ́n wà ní Dàda Estate, Òṣogbo, Ọ̀ṣun State. Ẹ sì lè kàn sí wa bákan náà lórí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára wa. Facebook Radio Afinju, X Radio Afinju, YouTube Radio Afinju. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o, Radio Afinju gan-an ní ìlànà ìgbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ tí kò lábàwọ́n.
ẹ̀yin tó mọ ìgbádùn tó kí fọ́fọ́ mìrì gidi kí gbẹ̀ngbẹ̀ ẹ máa bọ̀ láríyá àfínjú. Àríyá àfínjú lẹ́ẹ̀tì máa jẹ̀gbálálà àwọn ògbóǹtarìgì pédépédé tí wọn yóò máa fi ẹ̀fẹ̀ dàìlúùtì àwọn orin fújì àwúrèbe àpàlà jùjú àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ fún ìgbádùn yín. Àríyá àfínjú lẹ́wọ̀n mọ láǹfààní àti pàdé ọmọ dúdú bíi kóró ìsìn Bùkọ́lá Ọláwùmí láti aago 5 sí aago 6 ìrọ̀lẹ́ láti ọjọ́ ajé sọ́jọ́ ẹtì. Ẹ má míìsì ẹ̀ nítorí pé live and direct gangan ni ó máa jẹ́ lórí àwọn àti ayélujára wa bíi Facebook àti YouTube. Àríyá àfínjú ló wà fún ìgbádùn rẹ̀.
Aráàlú ń fojú sọ́nà fún dàgbàsókè, olóṣèlú náà ń ṣàlàyé wípé adìyẹ ń làágùn ìyẹn ni ò já mọ̀. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ará ìlú tilẹ̀ gbàgbọ́ wípé kámúrágbátarágbá ńlọrọ̀ òṣèlú dà nílẹ̀ yìí, ó wá yẹ ká mójú ajé kò ní sọ ká fa àwọn tó ń ṣèlú súnmọ́ àwọn tí wọ́n ń ṣèlú lé lórí. Ìdí rèé tí rédíò àfínjú fi tẹ́pẹ́pẹ́ ètò gbàgede ọ̀rọ̀. Lórí gbàgede ọ̀rọ̀ ni Adédayọ̀ Dẹ́rínú ó ti máa fọ̀rọ̀wérọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn kànrìnkànrìn olóṣèlú nílẹ̀ yìí lórí ibi tí nǹkan dé dúró àti gbogbo làálàá wọn láti jẹ́ káyé dẹrùn sí fún àwọn aráàlú. Wọn yóò máa ṣàlàyé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ lórí akitiyan ìjọba táwọn aráàlú náà tí wọn ó sì máa yànnàná àwọn ìpèníjà tí wọ́n ń kojú fún ìjọba. Ọjọ́ ajé Monday, ọjọ́rú Wednesday àtọjọ́ ẹtì Friday láago 1 sáago 3 ọ̀sán ní gbàgede ọ̀rọ̀ ó máa wáyé tí yóò sì tún máa wáyé lọ́jọ́ àbámẹ́ta láàrin aago 7 sáago 9 òwúrọ̀. Ètò gbàgede ọ̀rọ̀ ó dì létí oṣù tí gbogbo ọmọ aráyé yóò máa wò lórí rédíò àfínjú. Adédayọ̀ Dẹ́rínú ọmọ wọn lẹ́sẹ̀ kòjọ́mọ ònù ni yóò máa tọ́kùn ètò gbàgede ọ̀rọ̀ pẹ̀lú ẹ̀dọ́kì Yorùbá. Ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lórí rédíò àfínjú lórí ojú òpó àti àsìkáyé Facebook, YouTube àti Radio Garden. Gbàgede ọ̀rọ̀ ètò tó ń yànnàná ohun tó rújú láàrin ìjọba àtàrà ìlú, ẹ má ṣàlàyé gbọ́.
Gbàgede ọ̀rọ̀.
For an ultimate entertainment experience. An all-round gist with your spicy honey drops. Don't miss the fun, excitement, and updates on Afinju Arena. Only on Radio Afinju.
Apology for what you say, don't play. Or you will learn.
You're welcome back. It's good to know that you are still on the line with Understanding Finance, where we are having conversations around money, around finance, around spending, saving, and all of that. We have been talking about ways and sources of financing businesses, and in the past couple of minutes, we've talked about angel investors, we've talked about crowdfunding, peer-to-peer lending, and even I think we're about to talk about strategic partnership now before we called for that break. So the conversation still continues, but before I hand over, I'll just say hello to our Facebook audience. I can see Esteem Temitayo saying good morning. Good morning to you as well, Esteem. Thanks for joining the show this morning. So now let's continue. What about strategic partnership?
Yep. Strategic partnership, it's a formal alliance between two or more businesses or organizations who has agreed to work together to achieve a common goal, while remaining independent. A typical one I can talk to you about this is, there are private fueling stations who decided to adopt, the name of another fuel refiner, a major petroleum marketer. Yes, in the sense that, for example, let me just use this NNPC.
Okay.
Yeah, they have a mega station where it's located, and then when you tour around Osogbo, you still see some other outlets.
Yeah.
It's not as if that it's NNPC that actually owns them,
Oh.
but the owner of that fueling station decided to just adopt the name. They will have gone into one or two arrangements so that they will be having steady form of a steady supply of petroleum as at when due. You understand? Another one is all these phone sellers.
Okay.
Yeah, they are not selling a particular brand. You understand? Like when you say you are selling so type of phone,
Yeah.
and then you decide to strategically when you are when you are doing your billboard, you are now placing much emphasis on that on the
Particular
company,
brand,
yeah, of
yeah.
the yeah, on the company. You understand? So just to attract, your attention, and then before you know it, when you once you get in there, you now be discovering that they sell other products as well. Now the bottom line is they are trying to it might not necessarily be something you enter into a written agreement with, but for the fact that you are selling this particular brand, you decide to just do a billboard in that respect, and then put your name underneath that you sell those particular product. Then another one is when you see somebody who is into repairs, for example, who is into repairs of all these like ACs and
Electronic gadgets.
Yeah, electronic gadget. Not really. And I'm being particular about, yeah. Okay, let's say electronic gadget, for example, and he's so skillful to the extent that all these big wholesalers, they engage him for that for repairs of those returned jobs to them. So such a person might decide to find, rather than going elsewhere, what your onion is worth, you might decide to say that fine, you are partnering with so brand, that you repair the brand and all those things. Before you know it, you just decide to brand whatever you are using to make the repair. So it's just like using other people's image to launch your own image as well.
Yeah.
You might decide to pitch your tent with us in Radio Afinju here. We have okay, let me just skip that. So strategic partnership is, like I said, it's a formal alliance between two or more businesses, organizations who are ready to work together to achieve common goal while remaining independent. It's unlike a merger where companies combine completely. These partnerships are often formed to increase market reach, reduce costs, improve to gain more competitive advantage over others. Yeah, so each partner brings something valuable to the table, such as funding, expertise, technology, networks, brand reputation, specialized knowledge, and so many and so forth. Let me just pick up another typical example now. I don't know if you realize there's some private vehicle owners, they do distribute bread.
Private vehicle owners.
Yes.
Like individuals.
Yes. So you don't
I've noticed it, but I usually would think these people are just like maybe the staff of the bread company, or their employees of the company, who maybe the vehicles may not even be branded.
Yeah, it won't be
yes,
branded.
it will be branded. But I never thought I never considered that there's a chance it will be private.
Yeah, it's a private name, because I was actually introduced into that sometimes about 3 years ago. There's this brother of mine who's traveled now, so he just said, well, your car, are you that busy? Is it something you can use to distribute? But wow, you can come and pick it. So so far you are able to just fuel it and maintain it. You understand? So he said it's going to be a periodic thing, maybe every two or three days, and that's after, for I think in a month, per per bread she distributes in that month, I think it's few nairas have been added to it as distribution costs. So
okay.
at the end of I think the money is going to be sorted every week. And he said that he would be able to, sort one or two bills with whatever he gained from that. So that's
a partnership.
so
and now
just
that you even mentioned it, I just recalled something. I think I may have noticed, but it's not bread anyway. It is there is a school, and this school I know of a school around my area. Then there's also this man who does this bus transport business. Yeah, I noticed now he's using his bus to take students from that school as a school bus. So every day early in the morning, he will use his bus as a school bus, take the children to school, and then after school it will take some of them back to their houses as well.
Yes. I was about saying that when you just take it. Honestly, I was about saying that. It's actually someone mentioned it sometimes about 2-3 weeks back now. There are some businesses that you can actually do while you are in a shogbo. If you have a very good vehicle, liaise with shuttle, to the school bus shuttle of a thing. So,
and it still does not even stop you from using your vehicle for other transport needs as well.
Yes. So after that, let's go to business incubators and accelerators. Business incubator at the incubation stage, there are programs that are designed to support new and growing businesses. Especially startups, and by providing the necessary funding. You train where it's possible, and then get resources to boost the business. So the business incubator, and it helps early stage entrepreneurs develop their ideas into viable businesses, and then they provide something like a office space, business advice, access to networks. That's horizon for you to thrive. They shall practically try to provide some, that's platform for the business to grow and pick up. So the incubators, they focus on nurturing ideas and helping startups, like I said, help them to find their foot. And the support period is not that long. It's often between 1 and 3 years, and then after that we have a business accelerators. The difference between the business incubators and the accelerators is one is taking care of a company that is starting up, you understand, while the other one is taking up an already existing business. So just pick it up from there. So the business accelerators support startups that already have a product or business model, and they're ready to grow rapidly. So they focus on fast growth and preparing businesses to attract investors. And the next thing for their support, accelerators often take a small equity stake in the company. I think that is going to be for the day. And then a quick one over the next couple of this thing. We will be inviting some government organization, like SMEDAN, CAC, and a few other government organizations that can actually shed light into the kind of experience they've been having with the diverse businesses. So work is ongoing on that, and within a very short period of time, we will be giving our listeners out there more value for the money. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. That's a very welcome development, and I'm sure our listeners are also looking forward to these guests as well. And thank you so much for your contribution and the lesson on this morning's Understanding Finance. And I am sure that lessons have been learned about sourcing for funds to finance businesses, sources of financing businesses. I know personally I have learned quite a lot. So join us again, same time next week, Monday. 10 a.m. is the time, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. for another edition of Understanding Finance. I look forward to seeing you there. And again, you can follow Radio